Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Daytona International Speedway. My name is Brian Wayne, and I will be your commentator here for tonight's event. Tonight, it is Super Speedway night on the channel, and we have two races. It's going to be Daytona with the next-gen cars, and Talladega with the Truck Series vehicles. It's going to be 30 laps for both races, 0 fast repairs, and 1 set of tires laying around in the pits. Before we begin today's broadcast and go into qualifying, we had some very sad news today with the passing of Greg Biffle. Today, the NASCAR community mourns the loss of Greg Biffle. Greg was a 2000 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series champion, 2002 NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series champion, and a 19-time NASCAR Cup Series winner. After making his final NASCAR Cup Series start in 2022, Greg was named as one of NASCAR's 75 greatest drivers. Outside of NASCAR, Greg was a hero with humanitarian efforts. He assists with cleaning during Hurricane Helene, a devastating hurricane that impacted much of western North Carolina. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Greg's family. To honor his legacy, race number 1 at Daytona will have no commentary on lap number 16, the number that Greg ran for much of his NASCAR Cup Series career. We head back into our broadcast here. We've got a number of drivers running Greg Biffle throwback schemes to pay tribute to him. We'll also be doing a 3-wide salute on lap number 1 before we go green. Drivers so far, we've got Mateo Mitchell at the fastest at the moment at a 50.364. Other drivers on the track. Here's Elliott Condra in the number 09. He's past halfway through this qualifying session. Condra currently second right now at a 50.393. Here's another driver running a Greg Biffle tribute scheme. This is when I believe he made his last Cup Series start, running in that Daytona at the Grambling State University Chevrolet. The number 44, that is Austin Mitchell. On the speed charts at a 50.386. Jordan Jung up into second place now. Brian Post also running a Greg Biffle scheme, throwing back to his 2005 or 2004 National Guard Ford. He's parked against that inside wall in turn number 1, currently P5 right now. Chase Crawl in the 88. Wyatt Dinsmore has worked his way up to 4th, and Aaron May to the top of the charts at a 50.305. As soon as I say that, Chase Crawl gets into the 50.2. Nice lap for driver number 88, Flow Racing Chevrolet. 13 drivers have posted a time here so far, all the way back to Douglas Camp at the number 408 at 50.452. There's another driver running a Greg Biffle scheme. This is Wyatt Blair, driver number 16. Got a win last week at Iowa. Controversial finish with the Arca Menard Series cars, and we'll see if he can put that number 16 Greg Biffle scheme into victory lane tonight. On his qualifying lap. Also have Lyman Van Leer on the racetrack in the number 6. Dan Witt in the 99 as well. Well, welcome you all for joining here for tonight's race. We've got a couple admins at the helm tonight with Aaron May, Skylar Comstock, Chase Willis, and Wyatt Blair. They're all in the session, and they're all we have the controls here of the admin tonight. But Jonah Epsey has worked his way up to 3rd. He's going to park it right over there. So we're going to finish here our qualifying session. It's going to be Chase Crawl and Aaron May leading us down here to the green flag here very shortly, as we're going to transition to a dust type of setting here around this Daytona International Speedway. We've got a great crowd here tonight for race number 1. We have 31 drivers here registered in this session. Thank you all for coming out to tonight's race here on the Speed Demon Racing Network. So we're going to have a 3-wide salute here before we start this race. Just to show tribute here to Greg Biffle. And then we'll also go radio silent on lap number 16. There'll be 15 laps to go here in this race. Pay tribute to the man that won 19 times in a NASCAR Cup Series. Provide a lot of efforts for humanitarian works. Pay tribute to Greg Biffle as well on lap number 16. take a look at the field gridding up here on pit road. We're going to switch over here to our pit lane cam as you take a look at a great view of all the cars that are in this race tonight. And we'll take a look at some guys to keep your eye on. First, we got to start with Austin Mitchell, a driver that is known for his Superspeedway racing. Again, a Greg Biffle throwback scheme as well. He's going to start back in the 7th position. So keep your eye on that number 44. It could be a driver that could steal the show here tonight. See him right there in the number 44. Another guy to keep your eye on. You got to go all the way back to 20th place with Chase Ingram in the number 01. Another driver that typically runs well on these restrictor plate type of tracks. He'll be back in the 20th position. See what kind of work he can do in that number 01 McDonald Chevrolet. Josh Kenyon's another driver that has had a lot of success on the super speedway tracks. Just recently won with Gen 6 at Talladega in a photo finish. See, he's in a Ford Mustang. Typically see him in a Chevrolet, but driving the Kellogg's Rice Krispie Treats car. We'll see if Josh Kenyon can work his way toward the front tonight. And one driver who is back in Rebel Valley. He was a fixture for a long time. Chase Willis in the number 44. Him right there, starting in the 12th position tonight. It's his first time back in, months? If I can think of it, but we'll see if he can get back into victory lane after a long hiatus away from Rebel Valley. That number 44 Hot Wheels Chevrolet. As the field is rolling off pit road now, you see the 3 wide salute for Greg Biffle. Awesome gesture by all of these drivers to get a 3 wide salute to a man that won 19 times the NASCAR Cup Series. Awesome way to start out the night here at Daytona. Next time by, it's going to be 1 to green. Field now rolls their way back into double file. Let's go over our starting lineup. So it's Chase Crawl on the pole at number 88 with Aaron May alongside starting in 2nd. Another Chevrolet right behind and Jonah Epsey starting in 3rd. Mateo Mitchell starting 4th. And then we have starting in 5th, that's Jordan Jung in that number 2 Miller Lite Ford. And alongside him is Wyatt Dinsmore. Austin Mitchell will be starting 7th and Elliott Cunning starting 8th. Rounding out our top 10, it'll be Ryan Post at number 64, and then also Chase Montelewski running a Greg Biffle scheme. He's going to be starting in the 10th position. With Josh Kenyon as well, Chase Willis, as the rest of this field is slow right now. Got a couple guys that are trying to work their way back up into the fray here. We got 27 cars currently on track here for this one. 4 admins at the helm tonight with Aaron May, Chase Willis, Wyatt Blair, and Skylar Comstock. See what happens. I want to welcome you all here to the Speed Demon Racing Network here for race number 1. We will have one more race here tonight. And it's going to be at Talladega with the Truck Series vehicles. It'll also be 30 laps. No fast repairs, and 1 set of tires laying around in the pits. It should be a fun one here tonight in Daytona with the next-gen cars. It's been a long while since we've done this combo. Should put on a thrilling show here tonight as we have two Chevrolet bow ties that'll be leading us down here to the green flag. Pace car makes the hard left turn onto pit road as it's Chase Crawl and Aaron May leading us down. And we are racing here at Daytona. Side-by-side start here so far as here's Aaron May on the outside. He's got help from Mateo Mitchell. See if he can surge ahead from that outside line. So far, the outside has the advantage. You see Chase Crawl in the 88 backing up just a little bit. We'll see where Aaron May's going to go. He's going to go down to the bottom. And here comes Mateo Mitchell on the outside. He's got some help from number 34, Wyatt Dinsmore. Dinsmore's going to break off the draft from the number 82. And who's going to lead lap number 1? At the stripe. Looks like it's going to be Mateo Mitchell leading this first lap. Now we'll see if the 34 is going to make it 3 wide, but they are still 2 by 2 here on lap number 2 of this race. Aaron May still ahead right now on the inside line. Some help on closer, Chase Crawl. Biggest mover so far is Miles Davis back in the 18th position. He's up 12 spots here from the start of this race. We haven't seen any 3 wide moves yet. One car bobbing back and forth there in the back. I think that's Wyatt Blair. Hang on for right now. Bottom line starting to get a surge as Mateo Mitchell's going to drop back into the 5th position. And now here comes Chase Crawl on the outside line. Who's going to go with him? It's going to be the number 2 of Jordan Jung. Now Jung's going to make it 3 right here on the outside. Risky move there from Jordan Jung in the number 2, but here comes Austin Mitchell in the 44. A little bit of contact there between the Greg Biffle tribute cars as they're going to be 3 wide right behind it. They're now also 3 wide for 3rd place. This is Jonah Epsey in the 95. Now giving a push here, the number 10 of Aaron May. That's going to leave Austin Mitchell out to dry on the outside as here comes May back on the bottom with help from Jonah Epsey. Sparks flying off of all of these vehicles, getting everything they can right now. I mean, sparks everywhere, all over here in turn 3. Aaron May continues to lead. Here's the 95 of Jonah Epsey, and the driver that has never won here in Rebel Valley. Long way to go here as we have 27 laps of racing here from Daytona. Surging in that middle groove, that's Elliott Condra in the 09 as we got one car that was kissing the apron there. Behind Chase Ingram. I don't know who that was. Keep it together for now. Back up front, it's Aaron May into number 10. How about Brian Post in the 64, working his way up into the 4th position. Nice move from that inside line. It's up 5 spots here from the start of this race. As Aaron May continues to lead. A lot of shuffling going along behind this 4th place battle. That's Josh King. 27. Talked about him at the start of the broadcast, along with the overall Chase Ingram. The sparks just flying everywhere out of these vehicles. Oh, we got a car in the walls. Chase Crawl, and we got a crash. Chase Ingram also ran out of the 01. Ingram continues to slide down the track, and we're going to keep this green for now. And there's the caution. Our first caution comes out here on lap number 5. And it involves Chase Crawl here in the 01. Excuse me, Chase Ingram. I just messed that up. Chase Crawl in the 88 made an amazing save in that Flow Racing Chevrolet. Chase Ingram is the car that went around. And we'll bring out our first caution of the day here on lap number 5. And we also got a crash here at the start-finish line. That's Elliott Condra in the 09 and Douglas Camp in the 408. Under caution here for the first time tonight here. take a look at what happened. All right, let's take a look at what happened here to bring out the caution. This involved the 88 of Chase Crawl. He was the car that was sideways here. Back this up just a little bit. Okay, at quarter speed. Oh, contact with Condra. See, that's going to send Crawl into the wall. And then the 34, that is Wyatt Dinsmore that gets into Chase Crawl. So they continue to slide down the backstretch. There's the 01 of Chase Ingram. Also went around. Just a 3-car incident. You see the 34 is going to nose it into that inside wall. That's going to be some damage repair there for the Zen Chevrolet. And we'll have to go back to see what happened with Elliot Condra in the 09 because he also crashed as well. All right, this is what happened after the caution flew. Let's watch what happened here with Elliot Condra. That's interesting. I don't know if the 09 just came down or the 408 just came up, but a really weird incident right there after the caution flew. We're pacing around under caution here on lap number 7 after our first caution of the day came out. Got a couple guys that came down pit road for damage repairs. Dan Witt has made a pit stop, along with Chase Crawl, Wyatt Dinsmore, Elliot Condra, and Chase Mazalewski. Cars that came down are on pit road right now. So for anyone that is new to the channel, you are allowed to get your lap back on the outside line, except for when it's 1 to green, as you just saw with that one car there on the outside line. Pace around under caution for lap number 7. Guys did a pretty good job here for the first 5 laps, keep it together for the most part. Saw some great racing up front, and our track position is going to be the name of the game here around Daytona. See what happens here, as we got a long way to go with 24 laps remaining. World Center of Racing. Aaron May leads this field, start on the outside of the front row. He's got 5 career wins here in Rebel Valley. In fact, he won the last race, and that was Harkin at Hickory, leading all 60 laps. Trying to go back-to-back here in Rebel Valley to get career win number 6. We also got Jonah Epsey right there in 2nd place, who I believe has never won here in Rebel Valley. Take a look right here, the number 95. He's done a nice job here so far in this race, running the DuPont Rainbow Warrior Chevrolet. We also got Brian Post, who has been a long-time member here in Rebel Valley, trying to get career win number 1. Spot here early on, running in 3rd. We'll go 1-3. Driver, we got Josh Kenyon, we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast. Mateo Mitchell's another driver that typically runs up front. Does a nice job in races that he's run in. You see him right there in the 4th position. Miles Davis, another driver that has run here in Rebel Valley in the past. He's at 24 spots here from the start of this race in that number 22 Robinhood Toyota. Nice job there from him. Got Jordan Jung in 7th, Austin Mitchell 8th, and then there's 9th place. That is Wyatt Blair, right with the throwback speed, and then Chase Willis round out our top 10 into number 44. Sebastian Sapien currently in the 11th position. You've got Michael Good in a different number. I swear, Michael Good always runs a different number every race. It's kind of entertaining. That Roblox Ford, 12th spot. Xavier Dawkins Baptiste runs in 13th, the number 22. Tim Setzer is currently 14th. And Jacob Delgado round out our top 15 here for this restart. He's also in a Greg Biffle throwback scheme. Michael Benoit is in 16th. Travis Noble 17th. Billy Rickett is 18th. And then Douglas Camp, who got involved in that crash with the caution flag, is right there in the 408. He's currently running 19th. And Chase Ingram in 20th position. Now round out our top 20 here for this restart. Lights are off here on the pace car after the first caution of the day came out with 2 separate incidents. See what happens. We'll go back to green on lap number 9 with Aaron May and Jonah Epsey leading us down. And we're back underway. A lot of shuffling around up front as Mateo Mitchell's going to work his way into second place. Gets around the number 95 of Jonah Espy. There's the number 10 of Aaron May right here. Got some cars in the back here just waiting for a caution to come out. Also giving enough time to repair some damage. Right now, we've got 19 cars here in this lead pack. May has led 7 laps here so far in this race as he continues to lead with 21 laps to go. Now here comes that outside line. That's Jonah Espy, the number 95, with some help from Miles Davis. A lot of guys peeking their nose, trying to get some clean air on their vehicles, and also trying to set up a move here for later in this race. Now that outside line, we'll see if they can get some momentum going, because here comes the number 95. 3 wide right behind that. Xavier Dawkins Baptiste is going to kiss the wall, that number 22. Neck and neck so far. As next time by, it'll be 20 laps of racing to go. And now a block here thrown by SB trying to hold on to this thing. Now here comes Austin Mitchell, the number 44. Another number 44 right behind him in Chase Willis. Austin Mitchell known to make those aggressive moves. He has won multiple times here on these restrictor plate tracks here in Rebel Valley, and he's going to go to the race lead. And now a third line trying to form right behind. Miles Davis is going to block that line as he's going to go up to the top. Austin Mitchell left right in the middle. Behind him is the number 60 of Michael Good. SB out front, but Chase Willis right behind, along with Aaron May in the 10. Getting set for the last car in this pack, back in 20th place. And Miles Davis goes around. He had some help, and the caution is out. Austin Mitchell was also involved in number 44. Second time we've had a crash here in turn number 2. There's Miles Davis in the 23. I see minimal damage here on both vehicles, so this should be fine. And a big break for drivers like Frank DeAngelis and Elliott Contra, who are just chilling in the back. Get caught up here with this pack. We're under caution here on lap number 13. Taking it Miles Davis in the 23. Trying to find it on the replay here. Go back up here to the number 95, who's leading this race. All right, finally got a checkpoint here of what just happened, so we'll take a look at a replay. All right, we're going to go back here. This involved Miles Davis in the 23. He was already sideways at this last checkpoint. We're going to back this up just a little bit. Let's take a look at what happened. One of the Greg Biffle throwback schemes here. Let's see if we can zoom in and see who this was. That's Jacob Delgado. And it looks like a push gone wrong right there. It's going to send Miles Davis around and nowhere for Austin Mitchell to go. 2-car slide here in turn number 2, and that'll bring out caution number 2 here from Daytona. All right, so is lap number 14. As Jonah Espy is our race leader here. We've got a couple cars coming down pit road here. We got Mateo Mitchell, the number 82. And for 4 fresh set of Goodyear tires, we'll see what he can do with that. Elliot Condra, Austin Mitchell, Wyatt Dinsmore, Chase Crawl, Wyatt Blair, and it looks like Miles Davis is just rolling off pit road. Looked like he didn't have any damage on that 23 machine, so let's get back out there and see what he can do. LS Broadcasting said restart on lap 16. I'd have to agree with that. Definitely go back to green. I think it'll be 1 to green next time by, I'm pretty sure. Definitely something I'd like to see. Let's go back to racing. Field continues to pace around under caution here. We got 1 car having some fun here with the road course portion of the track. That's Miles Davis. Broadcasting did confirm it is 2 to green right now, so we will be going green next time by. Jonah Espy is our race leader. And then 2 Chevrolet bow ties sit right behind him with Chase Willis and Aaron May. We've got Brian Post in 4th, and Josh Kenny will round out our top 5. And it's Jacob Delgado in 6th, Xavier Dawkins Baptiste in 7th, Jordan Jung is 8th, Michael Good is 9th, and another Michael Benoit, round out our top 10. It is going to be 1 to green this time by, so the next lap it's going to be radio silent. So I will not be doing any commentating. I'm going to pay tribute here to Greg Biffle, the man that primarily drove the number 16 for Roush Fenway Racing in his Cup Series career. It's going to be completely silent here for 1 lap. As the field continues to bunch up here under this caution, lights are off on the pace car. Back to some of the drivers here in this field. So we've got a good chunk of drivers still left in this race. We got 27 still in this race with Lyman Van Leer getting some of his laps back. So we've got 27 drivers here on track. We got 31 cars that entered. We've got 27 still remaining. And we'll see how this all plays out here at this halfway point. All right, here we go. We're going back to green here on lap number 16. 15 laps to go. We're going to be radio silent for a whole lap. As here we go. We still have Jonah Espy here in the number 95, but here comes Xavier Dawkins Baptiste in the number 22. He's going to take over the race lead. They're 3 wide right behind for second place. Nice job by the number 95, Jonah Espy, the ball back in line, but it's Xavier Dawkins Baptiste leading this thing in the Shell Pennzoil 4. A lot of pushing and shoving going on here. It is go time. We are in the second half of this race. Let's look at the shove here from the 95 to the back of the number 2. And we got a crash right behind. That's Michael Benoit in the 30. This is going to be the big one. Miles Davis in the 23. No caution as of yet. Wyatt Dinsmore in the 34, and there's the caution. Sebastian Sapien in the 87 involved. Chase Ingram for the second time tonight was also involved. Miles Davis got to back it into the fence. Tim Setzer, Billy Rickett in the number 7. Another caution here for the 3rd time tonight. Lap number 18. This happened just in a blink of an eye. Right past the start-finish line in the trioval. You see the 01 swerving at the entrance to turn number 3. So we'll go back and take a look at the replay and see what happened. All right, so Michael Benoit was the first car that I saw go around in the number 30. We're going to back this up. 3 wide here. That's Austin Mitchell in the 44, and he comes up just a little bit right in front of the number 30. That's how Chase Ingram gets collected. There's Miles Davis as well. So there's a couple of Greg Biffle throwback scenes. I think that's Chase Montluski, I want to say. There's Dinsmore in the 34. Wow, how about the number 70? That was Travis Noble. Did an amazing job avoiding that crash. They are swarming like bees just to get around this wreck. See the bottom end just popping out of that number 09 of Elliott Condra. I'm going to have to go back here and ride on board with the number 70 of Travis Noble, because that was an amazing job with the record points there. I'm going to back this up just a little bit. And see if I can find the cockpit view here. All right, let's ride on board here with Travis Noble. Well, I guess my vision was completely off because he just took out the number 7 of Billy Rickett. But other than that contact, he got through it relatively unscathed. So pace round under caution here with 11 laps to go. Good opportunity for some guys to come down pit road, repair some damage. Chase Crawl, our pole sitter in the 88 on pit road. There's Travis Noble, who we just rode on board with. Got Austin Mitchell in the 44, Elliott Condra in the 09. There's Dan Witt as well in the 99. Jacob Delgado. That might have been the car that we saw that spun. Billy Rickett, Sebastian Sapien. Wyatt Dinsmore coming back down pit road. There's Chase Ingram as well in the 01. Take a look at the top 2 right now, and both drivers have never won here in Rebel Valley. Jonah Espy, one of the drivers, definitely never won. He started up in the 3rd spot. Has basically stayed in the top 5 all day long. He's got a prime opportunity here to get his first career win. And you also have Xavier Dawkins Baptiste, number 22. Driver that has spent a lot of time with the SRA, Sim Racing Association. Got his lone career win at Daytona with the ARCA Menard Series cars, so he's no stranger to victory lane at Daytona International Speedway. Michael Good is another driver that has just recently joined here in Rebel Valley. He's had some success as well. Oh, LS Broadcast just said this is Jonah, by the way. First race to you guys. Welcome, Jonah, here to Rebel Valley. It's nice to see you here, and doing a good job here so far. We'll see if he can hold on to it and get his first career win here for Rebel Valley. There's Josh Kenyon as well in the number 27. Talked about him at the start of the broadcast. Currently tied for 8th on the all-times win list with 15. And he will officially cement himself in 8th place all-time and get a win here tonight. So win number 16 if he can pull it off. Right beside Chase Willis in the number 44. We haven't talked about Frank DeAngelis tonight in number 69. Switched over to the wrong person. There's Frank DeAngelis right there, number 69, the CM Punk Ford. His most recent win was with the trucks at Kansas. 67-lap race. This is one of the first races on the channel. Highest I've seen him tonight. See what he can do. And then you've got a lot of Greg Biffle throwbacks right behind. 3, in fact, with Brian Post in the number 16. We also got Chase Moslewski and Wyatt Blair. Teo Mitchell, Skylar Comstock. Haven't talked about him tonight, one of our admins. 25 Ham Chevrolet, currently in 12th. There's Chase Kroll and Lyben Van Leer, who started this race on pit road, had to basically claw his way back into this thing. He's right there in the 13th position. The driver that is no stranger to victory lane on the restrictor plate tracks. He got his first career win in Rebel Valley at the old Daytona. ARCA Menard Series cars. And Austin Mitchell, Jacob Delgado, there's Sebastian Sapien, Dan Witt, Billy Rickett, and Tim Setzer. Let's bring the heat here for these final 9 laps around Daytona. 2 drivers that have never won here in Rebel Valley are going to be up front. Espy and Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste. Lights are off on the pace car, and here we go. Starter has the green flag in hand. We're back underway. Two by two, all the way back here to Billy Rickett in the number 7. As we got a third line trying to start, that's Skylar Comstock in the 25. There's RGR teammate right behind him, that is Chase Kroll, the number 88. We'll see if they can work together. They continue to start that third line, but it's just 4 cars. That third line. And it's still side by side for the lead between Dawkins-Baptiste and Jonah Espy. Espy now on the apron, trying to hold on to it as Dawkins-Baptiste going to lead that lap. Who's going to have the advantage here for the final 8 laps around Daytona? Oh, what a wreck for the lead! A hard crash, a vicious crash with Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste. At a blink of an eye, we've got a big one. And a vicious hit for the 22. Along with the 95 of Jonah Espy. That is unfortunate right there. You mentioned it's his first race on the channel, along with Aaron May in the number 10. And a blink of an eye, the big one strikes on lap number 23 for our 4th caution. We had a couple of mini wrecks in the first 3. This one was indeed the big one. That's going to take out a lot of cars. after that wreck. We're going to have to go back and kind of study this because that was a nasty wreck. And that was right up front, too, with Dawkins Baptiste and Jonah Espy. So after the caution, Michael Good is going to take over the race lead. We're going to take a look at the replay and see what happened. All right, the caution flag's already out at this point. Let's go back to... Oh, wow, look at the 22 on that timestamp. That is nuts. All right, let's take a look what happened right here. Looks like the 60 comes up just a little bit. That's Michael Good. Gets into the left rear of the number 22 of Xavier Dawkins Baptiste. Nowhere for Jonah Espy to go. Same with Aaron May. Wow, look at a hit right there for the 22. Up and over the lid of Skylar Comstock as well. That is a nasty ride right there for Dawkins Baptiste, and it was just on from there. There's Chase Willis on the 44, Austin Mitchell again. Skylar Comstock nowhere to go along with Aaron May. Nasty ride right there for Xavier Dawkins Baptiste. LS Broadcasting, that is Jonah Espy said, screw the 60 car. He is not happy right now with Michael Good after that contact with Xavier Dawkins Baptiste. Let's just go ahead and look at this one more time, because that is an absolutely wild wreck right there. All right, we're going to go ahead and back this up a little bit. Single time. In a blink of an eye. Everyone's packed in like sardines. It just happens in a blink of an eye, and a lot of cars with damage after that last caution. Elliot Condra here on pit road, along with Wyatt Blair. There's Chase Monzalewski, Frank DeAngelis, who got some damage. You see the hood crinkled in on that number 69 machine. Chase Ingram's on pit road, Sebastian Sapien, Billy Brickett. There's Michael Good, who made the contact, but able to squirm his way out of that. He's leading this thing here. 5 laps to go when we go back to green. Right now, we only have 12 cars that are going to be in this lead pack once we go back to green. We've got Austin Mitchell. There's Chase Monzalewski to make it 13. Wyatt Blair makes it 14. We also have Sebastian Sapien as well. So that we got 15 drivers still in contention here. Aaron May, Chase Willis, Billy Rickett. Our drivers are on pit road. Their day is going to be likely done, along with Jonah Espy and Xavier Dawkins Baptiste. It is 5 laps to go now, and we go back to green. It'll be 4 laps of racing to go. The top 5 all dominated by that Ford Mustangs, with Michael Good out front, Brian Post in second, Josh Kenyon in third, Liben Van Leer in fourth, and then Mateo Mitchell runs in fifth. We have not talked about Dan Witt much tonight. He's right there in the 6th position, with Chase Crawl in 7th. Travis Noble in 8th, Wyatt Dinsmore in 9th, and then Jacob Delgado round out our top 10. So we're going to have 18 cars here on the lead lap when we go back to green. We started this race with 31 drivers. We're down to 18 here for what would be a 4-lap shootout. Michael Good is a two-time winner here in Rebel Valley. Can he make it win number 3? You've also got Brian Post in the 64, who has never won here in Rebel Valley. Best finish second on the Nashville Fairgrounds with the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series cars. You got Josh Kenyon trying to get win number 16, and Lieben Van Leer, who's also in the mix as well. That's Sprite Ford. Who's going to take the checkered flag? And we're going to have 4 laps to find out. It's going to be Lieben Van Leer in 4th, and green flag, and we're back underway. All good so far as the field tries to source themselves out, but right now, oh, Brian Post throws a block on Chase Crawl. Lieben Van Leer was the big loser on that restart, so he's going to drop back here at number 6. Up front, here comes Brian Post in the 64, and it's just going to be an accordion effect. Look at the bumpers just bouncing off each other here. It's going to be 3 laps to go next time by. $16 cars still in this lead pack. All the chance here to win at Daytona. Michael Good has a rear view full of Josh Kenyon at 27. Can he hold on here for 3 more laps as here comes another shot from the 27. And Mateo Mitchell now going to work his way to the outside line. We'll see what he can do on the outside. That's Jacob Delgado right behind him with the number 16. Who's going to make the move first? Next time by, there'll be 2 laps to go for Michael Good. Here comes Kenyon to the top. He's going to have a drafting partner here with Mateo Mitchell, the 82. Big shove here coming from the 82, Mateo Mitchell. Michael Good's going to drop back to 3rd place here. 3 wide right behind. That's Chase Crawl. And we've got a crash. That's Dan Witt, the 99. And we're going to go to overtime. That's going to be the big one. No caution is thrown yet. I'm kind of surprised there's no caution. I mean, that's pretty much most of the field. We're just going to keep this green, I guess, here these last 2 laps. So we'll have 4 cars here at the finish. It's Mateo Mitchell, Jacob Delgado, Josh Kenyon, and Michael Good. SB just said they have limited time, so that's a good call on that part. It's going to be white flag this time by. Mateo Mitchell in the 82. Out front in this thing. Right behind is Jacob Delgado. Here comes Kenyon to the top. Michael Good in the number 60. Let's see. Mitchell's going to go to the top side. Kenyon through the middle. Mateo Mitchell throwing all the blocks he needs to right now in the number 82. Good is a lone man on the outside. We'll see what happens here. Good going to get a side draft here on Josh Kenyon, but does Josh Kenyon have enough time to work his way to the front? Mitchell goes to the outside, and he's going to get turned by Michael Good. It's going to be Josh Kenyon, Jacob Delgado at the stripe. It's going to be Jacob Delgado. In the Greg Biffle throwback scheme, Jacob Delgado comes away, and he's going to steal this one here at Daytona. And a Greg Biffle car wins here in race number 1. Jacob Delgado's going to pull it off. Unbelievable finish there right at the end. Just heard a couple of reports that there was limited time left in the session, so that's why the race stayed green. But Jacob Delgado is going to pull this one off. What an unbelievable drive for Jacob Delgado. It's his 3rd career win here in Rebel Valley, and what a way to get it done here at Daytona. Let's go back and take a look at that finish one more time. A lot happened there at the end. Again, there was a limited time session. That's why the caution did not come out. Want to keep this green. Wow, what a drive there from Jacob Delgado in the number 16. A last lap pass on Josh Kenyon to pull this one off. All right, let's take a look what happened here with 2 laps to go. All right, Chase Crawl was the first car that crashed here, along with Dan Hill. And so the 99 just clears himself right in front of Brian Post. That's what causes that. That was just a pileup right there in the middle of turn 1 and 2. These guys just all sort this out. We're going to go back up front here. Let's watch Mateo Mitchell in the 82. That was actually with 2 to go. We're going to back this, advance this a little bit more. You see the run generated there by the 27 of Josh Kenyon with help from Michael Good. Bunch of blocks being thrown. Go ahead and play to this point. There's the block. Good's going to turn him. And Jacob Delgado with the run around Josh Kenyon. Just snuck one out in front of the number 27. Gets turned right after the start-finish line. All right, Jacob Delgado, if you are on the Discord, I do want to get an interview with you before we start this next session. So if you are in Discord, go ahead and head over there to the interviews channel, and I will get an interview with you shortly. Okay, Jacob Delgado is in our interview channel.
Hello.
Just sitting there right now. So Jacob, just give me 1 second, and I will go ahead and start the interview.
Okay.
All right, I'm here in the channel. Jacob Delgado, you've got a copy.
Yes, I gotcha.
All right, man. It's been a while since we've seen you run in here. This is your 3rd career win in Rebel Valley, and what a way to pull it off with the Greg Biffle throwback scheme. Talk about that entire last lap and how you're able to hold off Josh Kenyon for the win.
Yeah, I rarely ever get on here and race with you guys, and usually when I do, it's a fun time. But after what happened today, I just knew like I needed to run in a Greg Biffle car and try to go out there and win. And I didn't think I was gonna win, but holy crap, that was incredible. Once those guys behind us wrecked, and it was just us 4, I knew our chances were pretty good, and got shuffled back, and I got a huge run, and I just knew I needed to pick somebody to go with, and then I saw the bottom coming to the finish line was wide open, and I just took it, and oh man, that is unbelievable. I'm just so happy that this happened, and this is for the Biff and his family.
Absolutely. Awesome job to go in and win for Greg Biffle. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to before we move on to race number 2 at Talladega with the trucks?
Yeah, my family back in Ponca City, Oklahoma, and then shout out to my girlfriend Madison as well. I doubt she's even watching, but I'll make her watch this. And then obviously the Biffle family. It breaks my heart to see what happened today, and watching him as a kid, just loving the sport, seeing his passion for racing, and I hate to see that he left so early as he was slowly climbing back into the sport with Cletus, and I wish the best to the rest of his family as they get through this time.
That's very well said, Jacob. Thank you for coming in to do an interview, and hope to see you in the second one. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and hope you have fun in the booth for the next one.
Absolutely. It should be a good time. Thank you, Jacob.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, and that was Jacob Delgado, who You just heard from our race winner here for our first race of the night. Gets career win number 3. And a great shout out to Greg Biffle and his family as well. A very touching moment here, and I know this is a win that Jacob will not forget. So we're going to go ahead and advance to race number 2, and that's going to be trucks at Talladega, 30 laps as well, 0 faster pairs, 1.7 tires, and a 20-point incident limit. I'll make sure to bump up the time as well, so it's just going to be a 10-minute practice session, 5-minute qualifying, and then we'll bump up the race session minutes as well. So give me about 5 to 10 minutes to get the session set up. I'll be right back. All right, welcome to race number 2, and it's going to be Talladega with the Truck Series vehicles. This is going to be our final race of the night here on the channel. Take a look at the timer here on the top of the screen. We've got about 5 minutes remaining here in this practice session. And a great turnout in race number 1. 31 drivers that participated in a fantastic photo finish by 0.01 seconds. It's going to be Jacob Delgado pulling away with the victory over Josh Kenyon in the number 27. Josh mentioned in the Rebel Valley Discord that put the Greg Biffle scheme on his regular Trading Paints instead of Trading Paints Pro. And imagine if he did get it on the Trading Paints Pro, that would have been a photo finish between 2 Greg Biffle throwback schemes. So that would have been a fantastic. But you know what? Stuff happens, and what the hell that was all about? That was 64. Is that Brian Post? Just gets slammed again by Zayden Cortines, but that was really odd. And I want to welcome back a couple of guys who have raced in the past. That's Derek Shade with the number 30. Chipotle Chevrolet Silverado. Andres Ferraz is back as well, the number 84. I don't see him right now on pit road, but welcome back. Zayden Cortines with 50. Let's go ahead and count down till the start of qualifying. We'll go over our partnership with the R2R Simstock Club. The Speed Demon Racing Network and the R2R Simstock Motorsports Club established a partnership. This will allow for both clubs to share races with the sim racing community. Make sure to check out the R2R Simstock YouTube channel for live stream races. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe to the Speed Demon Racing Network channel for additional support. The Discord channels for both groups are listed in the links below. Now, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Alright, as we are back here after the video, the R2R Simstock Series currently has a winter series going on with the Arkham and Art Series cars, and that series will run once again tomorrow night. Take a look at the standings here on the screen. It's going to run tomorrow night at Darlington, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on R2R Broadcast Network. It's the final race of the regular season. Definitely heating up for sure as the final spot for the playoffs is separated by 3 points. To tune in tomorrow night at 9 o'clock p.m. R2R Broadcast Network. Go back and head to this broadcast. We've got We've got another Greg Biffle throwback here. This is Chase Modzalewski in the number 77. I believe this is kind of close to the throwback for Greg Biffle's Granger scheme that he ran for Roush. And there is a true throwback right there. I have to back this up just a little bit to see who that is, but Chase Willis rolling off pit road here in the number 44. Closing in on the final 2 minutes here of this practice session. Aaron May currently the fastest right now in the number 10. Modzalewski in 77. Wyatt Dinsmore ran in that first race. He's currently 3 here at practice. Zayden Cortines in the Starry, number 50. Number 4, and then Chase Willis rounds out our top 5. And there's Jim Planey, the number 34. He's currently at the top of the charts at a 54.613. This is one guy that was also back in Rebel Valley. Used to run here in the past. I see him back here in the black and fluorescent yellow VI Chevrolet. Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste and a Greg Biffle throwback, the KFC Ford. Goes in here on these final 50 seconds. Practice. We had a very entertaining race number 1 with Jacob Delgado holding off Josh Kenyon. And we'll see if that trend can continue here for race number 2. Last time that Rebel Valley ran at Talladega, it was Josh Kenyon able to... hold on a second. Wyatt Dinsmore. Appreciate you being able to say my last name right. It's kind of a mouthful. Honestly, it's not too bad, Wyatt. I've seen a lot worse, to be quite honest with you. That one's not too bad at all. There has been a whole lot worse just during my time commentating. So appreciate that, and we'll see how good you could run here for race number 2 tonight here at Talladega. As practice is over, we're going to move on here at the start of this race. It's only a 5-minute qualifying session. We have 28 drivers here that are loaded in. Another great turnout here tonight. This is our final race on the channel before we sign off for the evening. First driver we're going to take a look at. This is Jordan Jung in number 7. Also got Austin Mitchell here in the number 07. Sponsor on that machine. Oh. It's just a, what do you call that? A promo for his TikTok. Number 07. Elliott Condra. Always runs the 09 in this series. Chase Ingram in the 01. Fun fact, on the Speed Demon Racing Network, Talladega Trucks was the first ever race. And Chase Ingram held off Derek Slidell to get a win. My drivers were not too happy with his move on the final lap, stuffing the number 51 in the fence, but win's a win, and Chase has been able to pull off some of these victories, and we'll see what he can get back to victory lane tonight here at Talladega. There's Jordan Jung there in the 7. Ivan Van Leer in the 60. Some drivers are probably going to be opting to start at the back here just to avoid the chaos at the beginning. How that all plays out. Waiting for the first guy to post time here on the speed charts. Continue to look around the drivers that are currently on track. Elliott Condra is going to be the first one on the board here so far at a 55.460. Now Wyatt Dinsmore. He's a South Carolina Gamecock fan. He's going to go to the top of the charts at a 54.884. Repping an SEC school in, with Alabama and Auburn nearby. That definitely takes some guts. I do appreciate that. Repping South Carolina Gamecocks. It's Dinsmore in the 24. There's Chase Carl in the 88, our pole sitter from Daytona. He's at the top of the charts now at a 54.838. Jim Planey's going to fall in line right behind him at a 54.881. I need to make sure I need to fix that ticker as well. Xavier Dawkins Baptiste being so long, it actually covers the lap time set. So I need to make sure to fix that next time. And new man on the top of the charts, Mateo Mitchell, trying to get revenge after getting spun on the last lap by Michael Good. He's at the top of the charts at a 54.770. Heck of a lap there. As now Chase Ingram to the top. 54.735 from McDonald Chevrolet. Chase Willis up into the top 5. Derek Shaver has worked his way up to 4th. "22 drivers here at post at a time. See, Frank DeAngelis has worked his way up to 12th. We're going to have a minute remaining here in qualifying. Here's Aaron May, the number 10. One of our admins tonight, along with Chase Willis, Skylar Comstock, and Wyatt Blair. Hamrick in the 32. One of the drivers competing for a playoff spot in the R2R Winter Series tomorrow night. P8 right now in the Freight Auctions 4. Driver that's been known to qualify pretty well. Gage Wenzel in the 48, the Ally Chevrolet. He's worked his way up to 11th. Martinez is now 12th. Don't think some of these guys are going to have enough time to post their lap. We'll see if Andres Ferraz in the 24 or lap time off. It's number 84 here on the sim, 24 as you see on your screen. And he's not going to be able to post a time. So it's going to be Chase Ingram on the pole here tonight in the number 01. Here for our final race at Talladega. 30-lap feature event. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here on the left-hand side of your screen. Chase Ingram on pole alongside. It's Mateo Mitchell. Austin Mitchell right behind with Derek Shaver. Row 3, Chase Montelewski and Jordan Jung. Row number 4, you've got Chase Willis and David Hammer. Row 5 features Chase Crawl and Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste. Row 6, Gage Wenzel and Zayden Cortinas. Row 7 is Brian Post and Jim Planey. Row number 8 features Elliot Condra and Aaron May. And you got Frank DeAngelis and George Karafides. Rounding out our top 20 will be Scotty Grabinski and Wyatt Dinsmore. Luigi Diaz-Gonzalez in the Greg Biffle throwback starts 21st with Wyatt Blair in 22nd. And you've got Lyman Van Leer and Andres Ferraz round out row number 12. And row 13 on back are the drivers that did not post a time during qualifying. Thirty-three drivers have loaded into this session. Another great turnout here for our final race of the night. We had 31 in the previous race, and we have 33 drivers here at Talladega. This field sits idle right by the start-finish line. We're going to go green here very shortly, the next minute or two. Superspeedway racing, there's a lot about luck and a lot about working the draft. You have to. Combination of both. Last race, Jacob Delgado was able to pull it off and start all the way at the back here. This one, just right there in the number 50. He's throwing back to Greg Biffle's Truck Series Championship. He was a NASCAR Truck Series champion in the year 2000. And poor Corey Heim ended up breaking all kinds of records in Truck Series this year. Greg Biffle was the guy that won the most races all time in the single season Truck Series. He won 9 back in 1999. Off up pretty well, and that's the throwback that you're seeing right there with the number 50, Jacob Delgado. We can start back in the 29th position. The driver that is running that throwback was Luigi Diaz-Gonzalez. There he is right there. The driver running a Greg Biffle scheme. In the 21st position here tonight at number 50. Mateo Mitchell trying to go for revenge after what happened on the last lap. See him right there in the number 82. Driving the Hess toy truck. Very fitting. Scheme right there for number 82. He's going to be on the outside of road number 1. Also in the last race, Chase Crawl. There he is. Starting in the ninth position in the CJ Graphic Chevrolet. Right on him as well. Works their way into turn number 3 this time by. Weather here on the top right corner of your screen, 77 degrees around this 2.66 mile racetrack in Alabama. Perfect conditions here for these drivers to navigate around this 2.66 mile racetrack. 5 Chevrolet bow ties are going to lead us down here to the green flag. And if race 1 is any indication of how this night's going to be, we'll see if we can have a repeat or an even better finish compared to the race just a few minutes ago. Chase Ingram and Mateo Mitchell are going to lead us down here to the green flag. Gardner's going to have the green flag in hand. And we are racing here at Talladega. Already we got a 3-wide move here to start out. One car falling way out of line there. That's, I don't figure who that is with number 16, but it's going to be Mateo Mitchell out front. Outside line of the advantage here so far. That's Derek Shaver pushing into Mateo Mitchell. As here comes Shaver to the bottom. Crash in the back. That was Lyman Van Leer. They're still crashing. One car's upside down. That's Scotty Grabinski with 47. Christian Delgado's also upside down, but we have no caution yet. Buckles in the back, so we're keeping this green for now. It's going to be Derek Shaver out front. Chase Modzalewski right there in second place, as that wreck has really broke up this pack. We're down to 16 trucks here in this lead pack after that crash. Shaver leads. There's Modzalewski in second. David Hamrick third. Side by side here with Chase Ingram in the number 01. That truck is still parked there. That was Jacob Delgado. I don't know what he's doing. And the caution's out. Yeah, that was... You got to get off the racetrack at that point. I guess it was a protest. The caution did not come out, but still, that's a very precarious spot. Right in front of the race leader. The caution had to be thrown there. Under caution for the first time tonight here on lap number 3. Derek Shaver is our race leader. Let's go back and take a look at what happened here. We're going to start with the number 60 of Lyman Van Leer. He was the first car that went around, first truck that went around. Back this up just a little bit. There we go. There's a contact right there. That sends Jim Planey hard to the wall along with Scotty Grabinski and Christian Delgado. Wyatt Blair also crashing right there. You see the 13's just going to park it right up against the outside wall. And they have further caution. All right, we're back underway here after viewing the replay of what just happened. Definitely going to be Scotty Grabinski, Jim Planey, and Christian Delgado going to be out of this race. That was pretty substantial damage for all 3 trucks. Race round under caution here for the first time tonight. Derek Shaver leads. There's Modzalewski in second. David Hamrick, Chase Ingram, Mateo Mitchell round out our top 5 here in this one. There's Chase Willis right there in the 6th position. Jason Brawl in 7th. Elliott Condra runs 8th. Aaron May is 9th. And Matthew Post, Brian Post, round out our top 10. H. Wenzel in 11th. Wyatt Dinsmore running 12th. Andres Ferraz is 13th. Josh Kenyon, who started at the back, is running 14th. George Carafides round out our top 15. And Jacob Delgado, Sebastian Sapien, Thomas Flowers, Jordan Jung, and Austin Mitchell round out our top 20. Pace round under caution. This is a 45-minute session, and right now 5 minutes heavy laps. We've got about 40 minutes here to complete. 25 laps, so that definitely should be achievable. We're pushing for time in the first session, so that's why there was no caution thrown there with 2 to go. At 29 trucks still on the racetrack, all the way back to Michael Good. Right there, the number 7. He is the final truck currently on the lead lap in 29. Yeah, we'll be going 1 to green here next time by. Had a lot of movers here so far in the early portion of this race. Our biggest mover so far is up 15 spots from the start. That's Thomas Flowers in the number 29. Got him right there in the Aflac Ford. He actually just barely loaded into the session, started all the way back in 33rd, the final truck on the grid. He's now in the 18th spot after the carnage that happened during the first 3 laps of this race. A little bit of contact there. That was Austin Mitchell. Had some help from Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste. That caution flag. Got one car dropping to the tail end of the field. That is Aaron May, the number 10. He's going to be dropping all the way to the back of this pack. EOL. Zayden Cortinez as well, coming off pit road in the number 50, and Frank DeAngelis. 29th, and there's David Murray. I forgot about David Murray. He is the final truck currently still running in 30th position. He is in the Mountain Dew Ford. But the scenic views around this Talladega Superspeedway is now 1 to green this time by. We'll restart this race with 25 laps of racing to go. Derek Shaver, who's out front right now in the number 30. He's got 1 career win here in the series. Trying to get career win number 2. And then you also have Chase Modzalewski as well. A driver that's been here for a long time in Rebel Valley. He's got 2 career wins. Can he make a career win number 3? We start here with 25 laps of racing to go. It's going to be Derek Shaver and Chase Modzalewski lead us down from the front row. Carter has the green flag in hand, and we are back underway here at Talladega. Shaver out front right now in the number 30. He's got some help here from David Hamrick in the number 32. These guys continue to battle right now up front. David Hamrick there in the number 32. And line right behind. Number 30, Derek Shaver. We got a car going 3 wide here. That's Gage Wenzel. All the way up against the outside wall. Just going to spin 3 wide here. Chase Modzalewski still still trying to make that outside line work. Another chase right behind him. That's Chase Crawl in the 88. Shaver's going to throw the block here. Got a car sideways. That's Sebastian Sapien. They're crashing in the back. No caution as of yet. Jason Hall as well was involved, and we're keeping this green. Got another crash. I think that's Brian Post in the 64. There's the caution. Right in front of Wyatt Dinsmore, who pounds the outside wall. Lyman Van Leer was collected as well in number 60, along with Luigi Gonzalez. Caution number 2 is out here on lap number 8. Take a look at what happened here. Bring out the caution. All right, started with Sebastian Sapien in the number 5. He was the first truck that I saw go around. That's just a checkup right there. All gets collected there. Along with Jason Hall in the 27. And I saw Matthew Post, or Brian Post, in the 64. Let's see what happened here. Oh, contact there with the 24 of Dinsmore. Right back in front of the racetrack. Wyatt. Sorry, Lyman Van Leer just drives right into it. Extensive damage right there. That was also Jacob Delgado, I believe, that was also fucking, yeah, heavy damage on our Daytona winner. Jacob Delgado is smoked out of that number 50 machine. That'll bring out caution number 2 this night. We're under caution here for the second time. Ace Maslowski is your leader. Ace around under caution here. It's going to be a chase front row here with Maslowski and Crawl. Eric Shaver right there in third. The rest of this field here is we're paced around under caution. Cars here on pit road. That's Aubrey Thompson in 17, David Murray in 31, Michael Good also on pit road, along with Luigi Gonzalez and Xavier Dawkins Baptiste. Now, as these guys continue to pace around under caution. See if we get a 1 to green signal here to get back to racing. Or it's time by, but that truck's already here on pit road. We had 33 to start this event. We have 22 on track. And 20 laps to go here when we go back to green. We have another Greg Biffle scheme win tonight. This is Chase Maslowski, a little boxback, but it is the sponsor that Greg Biffle ran in his career for the Truck Series and the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and even the Cup Series. I think we had Ranger from 1999 all the way to 2003. And yeah, first start of his NASCAR career, he had Ranger as a sponsor. Crawl right there as well. It's now getting lined up here. Go green with 20 to go. We had 45 minutes to set this up, so we're going to have 30 minutes here to complete 20 laps. Our fastest lap in the race has been about 52 seconds, so hopefully we get some green flag laps in and don't have to worry about another time limit for race number 2. Again, if you do win this race, head over to Discord, head over to the interviews channel. We'll get an interview with you, our race winner. Or in the Discord, our interviews here with our race winner at the conclusion of this race. You do have one green-white checker attempt as well if they have enough time for it, of course. There's one attempt at a green-white checker. That's the only attempt. All right, here we go for the restart. It's going to be Chase Motzlewski and Chase Crawl out front here for the restart. And switch this over here to another cam. It's going to be 20 laps to go and we go back green. And we're back on the way. Outside, he's going to get left out dry. He might drop all the way back into his back. He doesn't call it. With Chase Crawl and Chase Motzlewski. And a finish the runner-up in that last race. Josh County, number 27. He is all over the back bumper of the number 88 of Chase Crawl. Aaron May as well in the number 10, all right behind. Valley onboard cam. We'll see what he can make a move here on the outside. Here he comes. Gonna get clear here for the race lead, but here comes Josh Kane on the bottom. He's going to surge ahead here with help from Chase Motzlewski. There's Derek Shaver as well, number 30. Great vantage point here from number 10 of Aaron Mays. He looks back. That's 07 of Austin Burchell. Up front, see that's Chase Motzlewski there in the 77. Zachariah Carter said audio a bit too loud, mic too low. Hopefully I've made some adjustments here that'll help that out. Take a look here up front. Oh, we got Andres Verosno, 24. We're going to save it for now. I don't see any contact. We're keeping this green. Derek Shaver back there in number 30. That was on the apron. Now Motzlewski going to throw a block. Here comes Jordan Jung and Aaron May trying to go to the lead. Is contact here with Kenyon and May. I do not like how this is up front at the moment. These guys are just beating and banging. That's the Luigi Gonzalez who's going to push Aaron May. Up front here, let's take a look at that's going to be Luigi Gonzalez going for the lead. Good and Aaron May trying to work together here. Josh Kenyon right in that apron in that Syracuse orange Chevrolet. It's going to be Luigi Gonzalez to the point. A lot of jockeying back and forth right now. 50 out front. They are 4 wide right behind, and yet that's not going to last. That's Brian Post in the 64, and there's the big one. Elliot Condra's involved. There's Andres Ferraz, Sebastian Sapien, Zayden Cortinez in the 50. Thomas Flowers also involved in the 29. As soon as they hit 4 wide, you knew trouble was brewing. We've got our big one here on lap number 15. Chase Crawl was also involved in the 88. There's heavy damage here on the front end, right front of number 44, Chase Willis. Field's going to catch up here to the pace car. Under caution here for the 3rd time tonight. See if we can go back and see if we can find a timestamp of what happened here. Bring out the caution. Pace round under caution here for the 3rd time tonight. All right, here we go. Finally found a timestamp after doing a lot of research, and let's take a look what happened. The wreck's going to start right here. You see that's Brian Post in the number 64. Already sideways. Let's just back this up just a tad. Put this on a quarter speed. Looks like contact here with the 27, Josh Kenyon. 64 slides up right in front of Chase Crawl, and nothing Chase Crawl can do. Just an innocent bystander at that point, along with Chase Modzalewski there in the number 77. Frank DeAngelis with a heavy hit on that turn 1 wall. Condra nowhere to go. There's Andres Ferraz. It's just on from there. There's Cortinez. Sebastian Sapien, George Carafides. Multiple trucks involved here. There's Chase Willis. That's how he got that damage with the hit from the 88 of Chase Crawl. Under caution here on lap number 17. A lot of trucks here on pit road repairing some damage after that wreck. Contra the 09, Brian Post, Wyatt Blair. 12 trucks currently on the racetrack right now. And take a look at Luigi Gonzalez. He's got 1 career win here in the series. Leading this thing right now. You've got Aaron May running 2nd. Won 2 races ago at ARCA with Hickory. Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste trying to get career win number 1. Michael Good, who is trying to get revenge after what happened on the final lap at Daytona. Had some contact with Mateo Mitchell, and the 95 of Jonah Espy was not too happy. So after Espy was taken out from collateral damage there with Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste, who ironically is in front of the number 7 right now. Another number 7 right behind with Jordan Jung, currently in the 5th position. Chase Ingram in 6th, Austin Mitchell in 7th, George Carafides is 8th, Mateo Mitchell trying to work his way back up toward the front is 9th. Derek Shaver round out our top 10. Sandra is coming back onto the racetrack now, the number 9. About 20 minutes remaining here in this session. We got about 12 to go when we go back to green. Again, this is a 45-minute session, 10-minute practice, 5-minute qualifying. So that means 45 minutes for a time allotment here for this race. This car still leaving pit road, and there's the pace car. It's going to 1 to green this time by. We are doubled up here under this caution after our 3rd caution today. This was the big one involving Brian Post. But did Frank DeAngelis, Chase Crawl, Chase Willis got some damage as well, along with Chase Mazelewski, Sebastian Sapien, Elliott Condra, and numerous other trucks got collected in that wreck. Good Josh Kane. Let's take a look at the look of this race truck. I don't really see much damage from him. He's the one that collided with the number 64 Brian Post. Aaron May, the number 10. Luigi Diaz Gonzalez right now leading this thing. We're going to go green here with 12 laps to go. Got our race recap here so far on the screen. We've had 5 lead changes here in this race, and Luigi Diaz Gonzalez started back in the 21st position. Right up here with a chance to win this thing now. Look at the draw with these super speedways. Start at the back and still have a chance to win this thing. It's all about positioning. Get yourself in the right place at the right time. It's going to be Gonzalez and May here on the front row. When we go back to green, it's going to be 12 laps of racing to go. Starter has the green flag in hand, and we are back underway here at Talladega. Two drivers here on the outside line that are very familiar with each other and have worked together in the past. That is Aaron May and Michael Good. And it looks like that outside line is going to get a surge here as Aaron May is going to go to the lead. Take the inside line here as an answer, but right now the outside is going to prevail. May with a big block there on Luigi Diaz Gonzalez. See if you go with the Joey Logano strategy and control both lines. Right now, he's going to stay on the bottom. We'll see what kind of move the 50 is going to make as he's going to go to the top. Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste is working really well right now with this number 50. Luigi Diaz Gonzalez still out front here with 11 to go. Shuffling behind us, Derek Shaver there in the number 50. Oh, we got a crash. That is Dawkins-Baptiste. This is going to be a big one. A lot of trucks are going to be involved, and there's the caution. Chase Ingram, Aaron May, Josh Kenyon. Caution is out here for the 4th time tonight. A very unlucky break for Aaron May and Xavier Dawkins-Baptiste. Both were up front in both races and just got collected. And there's Zayden Cortinez as well in the 50. We were trying to look around. There was a lot of jockeying for position right around where Derek Shaver was. And next thing you know, another wreck happens up front. Derek Shaver, the beneficiary of it, and he's going to go back to the race lead once again. Under caution here for the 4th time tonight. Let's take a look at what happened. David Dawkins Baptiste to apologize. All right. Wow. Not again for Dawkins Baptiste, man. This has just been a bad night for him. Let's take a look at it. Up just a little bit one more time. Put it at quarter speed. Does he get into the... Yeah, he does get into Luigi right here. Yep, gets into Luigi. Comes right back in front of Aaron May. He's going to slide in front of Jordan Jung. Jordan Jung, then I think he's going to sideswipe it. Wow, what a hit right there for Xavier Dawkins Baptiste. I think he's had a lot of time being an aviator here. I mean, this thing has just been up in the air a bunch here tonight, and fortunate enough, he lands back on all four wheels after that vicious hit. There's Aaron May and Josh Kenyon as well, and the number 27 along with Chase Ingram in the 01. He's going to back it into that turn one fence. There's Jordan Jung. 27 is actually going to go over the front hood of Chase Ingram. Did he topple over? No, not quite, but yeah, another tough break there for Xavier Dawkins Baptiste, and got to go airborne here for his Rexon. Was up front in both of them too. Got a lot of trucks here on pit road. Keep in mind, we do have one set of tires laying around in the pits. Turned into a pretty solid start. Is now kind of turned into a demolition derby here. Pace around under caution. Right now, I just see Derek Shaver, George Kirafias, Mateo Mitchell, Elliot Condra, Josh Kenyon, who's got heavy left front damage. He's got to bring that down pit road. Wyatt Blair still in the mix, along with David Hamrick. Austin Mitchell, I believe, is on pit road. I'm not sure yet. Chase Motzalewski. May with damage. Chase Ingram with the 01, who's coming off pit road now, but got a lot of junked race trucks, that's one thing for sure. Right now, I only count 7 drivers that are still left in this race. We have 8 laps to go here from Talladega. Next time by is going to be 1 to green here for the restart. Got a lot of trucks that are out of this race because of damage. Count 10, 11, 12. A couple more trucks coming off the pit road now after that wreck. See how this all plays out. Eric Shaver leads. George Carafides is second. Elliot Condren currently back in fourth. That's Mateo Mitchell in third. Wyatt Blair rounded our top five. Got a lot of carnage here to bring out our fourth caution. A lot of damaged race trucks that still have a chance here to potentially steal this one. But next time by, 7 laps to go. A lot of trucks missing the left front wheel well on their machines, and how they can salvage it here toward the end. So the George Carafides and Derek Shaver lead us back down to the green flag. See what happens here for these final 7 laps. Green flag, we're back underway. George Carafides just about turns at number 30 of Derek Shaver. Here comes the outside run here from Mateo Mitchell from the 82. Help here from David Hamrick in the 32. Shavers will get left out and drive, but made a nice save to still stay on the track. And now falls the line by the 9 of Elliot Contra. Contra's now going to push George Carafides in the number 4. 3 wide here for the race lead. Hamrick on the outside, Carafides and inside, and then Mateo Mitchell trying to get that middle lane to work. 6 laps to go here from Talladega. Elliot Condra in the 09 here pushing George Carafides. We'll see if he can make a move here at some point. Here he is in the 09. Shaver there right behind. Get back in line, and he's back on a podium. We'll have 14 drivers here in this lead pack, all the way back to Andres Verrassen at 24. Next time by, it'll be 5 laps to go here from Talladega. 5 more trucks have got a little bit of a gap here. About 2 seconds over Michael Good. George Carafides in the 4 has never won here in Rebel Valley. Sweet for him to get his first career win on this racetrack. He's got 5 more laps to hang on to it. Got a move here 3 wide back there at one point. That was Wyatt Blair, the 29. He falls back in line. 3 wide again. Then 4 laps to go to the stripe next time for George Carafides. The truck popping out of line. That was Zayden Cortines for just a split second. Stay on that inside. David Murray in the 31 tried to go to the outside, but that didn't work for him either. Running close on time right now. We have about 6 minutes remaining here in this session. We have 4 laps to finish it off. We have 14 trucks still in this pack, all with a chance to win this race. Right now, it's single file up front. The closest car that is double file is still David Murray in the 31. Have some help here from Wyatt Blair. Drivers up front are content with staying single file here with 3 laps to go. Josh Kenyon in the 27 lap down truck. He is out of the way. Side of mid-pack here, but David Murray still trying to get that second line going. Kelton Whitelair and Chase Ingram. Rivals never won here in Rebel Valley. Try and get that mountain through the victory lane. George Carapita still leading slowly through to go. Take a look at fifth. Engine parts and components. That 09 is all over that rear bumper. Next time at the stripe, it's going to be 2 laps remaining. Here comes Chase Montaluski going to make the block on the outside. Block 31 here of David Murray. See what they can do here with 2 to go. Aaron May and Andres Ross have both fallen out of this pack, so we're down to 12 trucks here to decide this one. Top 5 still single file here. That's Montaluski still trying to get that second lane to work. Michael Good's now going to go up there in the number 7. Sebastian Sapien in the 5, but right now it is George Carapitas. Can he get career win number 1? It'll be Elliot Condra going back to victory lane with career win number 2. Derek Shaver right there trying to also go for his second career win. A lot of possibilities will happen here. They reach the trioval. It's going to be 1 lap to go next time by. Who's going to be the first driver to make a move? It's a game of chicken right now up front. Who will be the first to make a move? Michael Good now on the outside. You see a driver like Derek Shaver or David Hamrick make a move here. There's Elliot Condra trying to wait till the last lap. Sebastian Sapien goes to the top. Here comes Cortines, falls back in line. One final chance here for these leaders, or is it going to be George Carapitas getting career win number 1? Sitting duck here out front. Here comes Condra. We got a crash behind. Condra went to the top. It didn't work. And Derek Shaver's going to go around. Here they come to the stripe. Condra on the outside. Here comes Zayden Cortines in the 50. It's going to be George Carapitas. They're 5 wide right behind. George Carapitas gets career win number 1. And he wins here at Talladega. They were 5 wide in a trioval. 1 truck went upside down. I'll have to go back and take a look at that. But George Carapitas, welcome to victory lane. It is career win number 1 for the driver to number 4. What a win here for George Carapitas, as a congratulatory bump here from number 82, Mateo Mitchell. But George Carapitas gets career win number 1, and what a way to get it done here at Talladega. Unbelievable drive, and George Carapitas is going to burn it down. We're going to keep it here right at the start-finish line. Mateo Mitchell is going to celebrate with him as well, but what a drive from George Carapitas. I'd say both finishes tonight were really good. And Ford's going to go to victory lane once again. George Carapitas gets it done. How about that? George, I'm going to get an interview with you in just a few minutes. Go ahead and head over to the interviews channel. We're going to go over this last lap real quick and just see what happened. All right, there's the wreck right behind. We're going to start with that first. Kenyon, or who that was, it just kind of came up the track, but that's what happened there. There's Carapitas, and Shaver was thrown up, lead by David Hamrick. And it's a 5 wide situation. Here comes Cortines, Hamrick, Condra. Condra gets in, and that was David Hamrick in the 32, up and over. Back on all 4 wheels. What a wild finish, and of course Carapitas leading the interviews. So, go ahead and head over and interview our race winner.
driving.
Yep.
All right. George Carafides, this is Ryan Wayne in the booth. You got a copy.
What's up?
Man, how about that? You've been a long-time member here in Rebel Valley. You finally get your first career win on the 2.6-mile Superspeedway racetrack. Walk me through that last lap there and what you saw in your rearview mirror.
Well, it was a lot of working with Condra there. I mean, he was pushing me the whole time. I knew he was going to make a move, so it was just calculating where everybody was going to go and trying to block as much as I could without getting myself turned. So it was a lot of mirror driving, a lot of it.
I could definitely tell. Were you kind of expecting a move here from a guy in like between third and fifth place there with 2 to go, or what was your mindset there on those last 2 laps mainly?
Well, I knew that Condra had me until turn 4, he was telling me. Then he was going to make a move. He was helping me up front. And, you know, I was expecting Shaver to make a move eventually, but they could not get that top line going at all. So once I saw Condra go up, I knew that Shaver was going to try to take advantage of the bottom if I was blocking. So I was kind of weaving through, trying to get to that point. And, well, it ended up going well.
Well, I do appreciate you taking the time here to come in for an interview. It's your first career win. Pretty special to come away with a win here. And first one's always your most memorable. Do you got anybody you want to give a shout out to before we sign off tonight?
Well, I want to shout out Chase Mazalewski. I want to shout out everybody in the Hangout channel. So Chase Willis, Aaron May, Elliot Condra, Chase Ingram, and Mateo Mitchell.
Yeah, I saw Mateo Mitchell gave you a huge congratulatory bump there at the end of the race. And once again, congratulations on your win, and best of luck in future races.
Thank you.
All right, that is George Carafides, your race winner here tonight. And congratulations once again to Jacob Delgado and George Carafides for coming away with their victories tonight. For Delgado, it's his third career win, and George Carafides, like I mentioned, got his first career win here tonight. So that'll wrap up Superspeedway night here on the week before Christmas. Stay tuned on the Discord for Rebel Valley or on the Speed Demon Racing post page on the YouTube channel. So thank you for everyone coming out to tonight's races. They were all really fun. And see you guys next time. See you later, guys.